Welcome back to the Michigan Business Beat, brought to you on the Michigan Business Network. Chris Holman, as you can see, broadcasting a little remote from the garden level studio at the Holman House. And we're going to run to Ann Arbor right now and spend a little time with Carla Bailo. She's the current president and CEO of the Center for Automotive Research. And it seems like, as we said off air, we just talked moments ago, and we were up at Grand Traverse Resort and Spa for your 57th annual car management briefing seminars. And I would like to start by congratulating you. It was a marvelous couple of days.
Well, thanks, Chris. We were really pleased with the turnout, with the conversations, with the quality of the panels, and of course, the press that we received since. I mean, I continue to see conversations ongoing between the participants. It's great to see.
Oh, it's tremendous. I mean, what you're talking about there does have legs. I mean, it's not all like in your face. This is up to date. You talk about it because there's a long picture here for transportation.
Well, in our industry, those relationships really matter. And I think never before have we seen this kind of collaboration happening within our industry. It just continues to grow. And, this is why I think we continue to see the chatter about those relationships.
It's kind of interesting. It brings to mind one of my favorite sayings, nothing heightens a man's creativity like the thought of being hung in the morning. And it's kind of like, we've had some incredible challenges, like externally and even here environmentally to the mobility industry. And I think that has helped to drive us all together.
I really think it does. Challenge always unites. And, between COVID, supply chain that we're still fighting, semiconductors still fighting, the other aspects of the Texas freeze and then the war in Ukraine. I mean, it's just been one thing after the other. And when you're in situations like that, you go into like a war room kind of activity. Yep. And war room means you all get together and you work together and solve the problem. And I think we're going to continue to see that more and more.
Well, no, I totally agree with that. We probably should give a shout out to a few of your sponsors because we know how critical they are to stuff like this going. And probably the first place to shout out is MEDC.
Yeah, they're truly one of our ardent supporters for many, many years, not only with the funding, but also their presence, their continued, request for, us to provide them with data. I mean, they're a great partner for us. Quentin Messer, had a great, one-on-one fireside chat with him, heard his vision for the state of Michigan, which was extraordinary. So indeed, MEDC is a great partner of CAR.
Quentin is a great guy, and he brought some fire to that position that was really welcome. As a matter of fact, you're right.
For sure. And I think we've already started to see some of the, some of the results of that fire that he's brought.
Yeah, I think you're right. Okay, so let's talk about Tuesday. That's when the Altair Awards were given. Tell everybody what those are and a little bit about those.
Those are the Altair Enlighten Awards. We've been doing them for several years. And fundamentally, it started as just lightweighting because lightweighting became so important with the changes in CAFE standards. But now it's morphed into lightweighting, cost savings, complexity reduction, efficiencies, and of course, sustainability. You almost have to have all of them now wrapped together to enable, receiving one of these awards. And the people who receive them, they go on to tell us that has brought increased business, increased visibility for their companies and their innovations within the automotive community.
Well, it's pretty amazing. It's kind of interesting because when people say, okay, so let's make the truck lighter, we'll make it out of aluminum. That seems so simple. But then you've got like the F-150. Who wants to take a chance on the highest selling vehicle on the planet?
Yeah, for sure. And, all of these are calculated risks. When we look at different materials, when we look at multi-material solutions, when we look at additive manufacturing, all of these new methodologies are going to be able to contribute to this efficiency improvement and weight reduction. When we move into electrification, when you're talking about adding 500 pounds per vehicle, you need to offset that, because everything you can offset improves that range.
No, you're absolutely right. So let's talk about your featured speaker, keynote, Dr. Priscilla Archangel, who we have had on a few times since. She's pretty amazing.
Her background is amazing. She came through the ranks at GM and HR and has been in her own consulting domain now for at least since 2014. So it's been several years. Really thinking about, what is your true north? What is your purpose? What drives you and gives you energy? What's your support network like? How you can have more empathy? All the things that now, as leaders of companies, we have to think about. We have to think about differently when you're living in a hybrid environment. It's all new. I think the more you can read, listen, and talk to people like Priscilla, the better leader you're going to be. And I think the more ability your company is going to have to thrive.
Well, I also want to tell you, you did a great job with that 57th. It's hard to believe that's the case, but your management update, the seminars at Acme, it was just an incredible few days, and you do a wonderful job, Carla.
Thank you very much. And it's the entire CAR team.
No, you're absolutely right. Carla Bailo, the CEO, president of the Center for Automotive Research in Ann Arbor. I'm Chris Holman. You're watching this on the Michigan Business Network, and we'll be back with more.